Hello, you are watching Weird Vlog. I'm a little bit drunk tonight, and things are weird. You know, I've got a job that exists entirely in my own mind. There is no physical attribute to my job. There's no workplace that you show up at, necessarily, aside from my house, which I would be in anyways. There's no hours of operation. There's no physical element to the job other than my fingers on a keyboard or my voice emitting words sitting in front of a camera. These things are fairly ephemeral. It doesn't take any setup, really, to turn on a camera or turn on a microphone. Some of my videos do involve a little bit of setup, but, you know, it's minimal. It's not even what comparable to a commute. Um, and once upon a time, one of the people I consider to be a mentor of mine, Ghost Lightning, I was talking to him about some big idea I had, and I was saying how I hadn't been in the mood to work on it. And he said, "You're always controlled by these moods. You should try to control your mood." Something to that effect. It was very powerful to me. Because I am easily controlled by my mood. I tend to want to do things that suit the mood that I am in. And to some extent, you can control or ignore your mood and just say, fuck it, I can make myself do this thing regardless. But at the same time, the kind of work I do is very moody. It is enhanced by the mood. A lot of the videos that people resonate with the most strongly that I've created were born from a big mood. They were born from me feeling a certain way and trying to capture that way I felt in a video as immediately as possible. And the fact that I felt that way so strongly is what resonated with those people. The capturing of the big emotion, the big mood. And so, on the one hand, I really think that Ghostlighting's advice was highly important and it's helped me a lot in my life. Because I have many times had to set aside the mood to get done what needed to be done. But on the other hand, I feel like when I follow the mood, I get great results. When I deliberately say, I'm not going to do this because I'm not in the right mood and I think it'll be better when I am. Or I say, I'm in the mood to do this, so I'm going to do that instead of what I'm supposed to be doing. And at the very least, the results are more satisfying to me because I get to satisfy the mood that I was in. But does this mean that everybody is satisfied? It's hard to say. But I've put myself in a position specifically to be able to do that. The nature of my career is such that I can listen to those moods and do what I feel like. That's kind of the core of why I would want to do something like this. Of why I would want a job where I set my own hours, where there is no physical workstation, where the entirety of the job is defined by how I decide to define it, and paid for by whether or not people think that whatever I've designed it to be is interesting to them, essentially. Constantly making adjustments, constantly deciding for themselves if this thing is still what they want to pay for, and deciding how much they're going to pay for that. And I like things to be that way. But it is weird because there is an element of this that is a job. I'm still answering to bosses. I'm still having to deliver certain results within certain time periods. But at the same time, nobody can really tell me what to do. At worst, they can decide that they don't like the way I've been doing things and stop paying me. But there is no contract between what I am paid and what I agree to do. So it's a very strange scenario where I have a lot of power. And it's because I have a lot of power that I can make the things I make that people really love. But it's also because I have all that power that I can do whatever I want, regardless of who's going to appreciate it. So the power is both the greatest strength and greatest weakness of the job, both for me and for the audience. But if you took that away and made it more like a normal job, well, there'd no longer be a reason to do it, would there? I wouldn't want to work a normal job. Maybe there are people who would want to watch me if my stuff was uniform, but they never get those emotional high points. So the question becomes, is it worth the trade-off? Is it worth it to watch a guy who occasionally is just a weird vlog for those moments when he's amazing? Now, luckily for you as an audience member, you don't have to watch everything I do or fund it. You entirely are at your own whim to decide what you will or will not engage with. Not to say that that decision always comes completely easily. I understand as a fan. But from my perspective, there's basically no right or wrong answers because I don't know what you'll engage with. And it's different for everybody who watches. One man's trash is another man's treasure. But I'm the one who makes all the trash and all the treasure. I can't sort through it. I just make the shit and you sort through it. So what do I do when faced with the challenge of what I should do? Whatever I want, I guess.